What's the old saying? To be the man, you got to beat the man. Another day, another conversation, and I got to tell you, I am feeling a tremendous amount of electricity right here on this Tuesday in Duval. No place I'd rather be. I mean, you can French Riviera me, you can Costa Rica me, you can drop me off to South Africa, you can take me on a safari through Africa. Right here, Hogan Road, the home of the Jaguars for the next couple of hours, fired up and ready to go. Rick Ballou with you till 8 alongside the return of J.J. LaSalva. We'll get a bit from him momentarily about his few days away as his brother did get married in Connecticut. I heard Dan Orlovsky this morning, and I thought I was still sleeping. Okay? I thought I was still in bed. Now, I typically fantasize about a blonde in one arm and a brunette in the other, but at this point, I was like looking at my cats, my Boston Bruin cats, right? The black one, Luna, my blonde one, Crookshanks, and I was like, am I awake, guys and gals? Because Luna's a gal. I bought them for my daughters years and years ago. They're out of the nest now, but they left me with the kitties, which are now cats. And I'm like, am I awake? Because Dan Orlovsky is saying exactly what I've been saying for the last couple of months. What's the hurry? Why is there such a get it done now when it comes to Trevor Lawrence? I don't understand, and I'm willing to learn, okay? I am literally willing to learn, to close my mouth and open up my ears and tell me why you need to pay Trevor Lawrence now. And I believe it's going to happen. I think before they get to the Miller Electric Center for training camp in late July, the deal will be done. But you've got to be kidding me here. If one of you out there, and all it takes is one, if you have more confidence now in Trevor Lawrence than you did a year ago at this time, you need to have your temperature taken because you are ill. There can't be one of you out there who actually believes that, okay? It's not true. Now, last year at this time, if you were to rewind it, I was the same guy that was saying, get it done, get it done, get it done, as soon as he's eligible. Every day you wait, you're going to have to pay him more. Every year you wait, it's going to be backloaded. The $50 million is going to go up to $60 million. I get that. Who cares? It's not your money. It's not my money. The salary cap is a fraud in a lot of instances. But you can take advantage of the way that the rookie contract is built. This is year 4. Let him play the season out. 11.7 total. Some of that was in a bonus, so I think the official number is like half that, and I've seen a couple of different things. Pro Football Talk just had a figure I've never seen before. Whatever it is, it's very affordable, right? The 5th-year option is picked up for next year. Only makes sense. But why now? Why the pressure now to get this thing done with Trevor Lawrence? And, you know, what you have to ask yourself, if he truly is the face of this franchise, and I believe he is. He's a 3-time captain. He's only 24. For the record, I think he ends up being a very successful quarterback here in Jacksonville, a very successful quarterback in the National Football League. But why now, especially after what happened this past season? I will continuously say it. When I look at Trevor Lawrence, there are 3 enormous warts, okay? This is like a supermodel walking down the runway with 3 huge warts, one on the forehead and one on each cheek. For starters, he gets hurt. He got hurt 5 times last year, okay? Doug Peterson yesterday, when he met the media, the very first thing he talked about this particular phase, about the offseason, this now in the OTAs, organized team activities, keeping the club healthy. Your quarterback had 5 separate injuries a year ago. Number 2, stop turning the football over. He's had 60 turnovers in 3 years. Unacceptable. Can't happen with a franchise quarterback. Can't. And he's got 60 of them. And number 3, he makes stupid plays. He doesn't think with the game on the line. Okay, is that correctable? Is it fixable? Will he mature? Will the light go on? I mean, he's very young. If this guy really is going to be a generational quarterback, if this guy's really going to settle in, if he's going to be an Elway, a Marino, a Brady, one of the Mannings, a Roethlisberger, a Bradshaw, Staubach, a Fran, whoever, he's going to play in the teens. He's going to play close to 20 years. We're judging him. I'm judging him. You're judging him on 3 years of work. And again, if you can look at yourself, because it doesn't matter when it comes to being a fan, it doesn't matter what anyone else says. We can give you our opinion. It's how you feel. I have witnessed over the last 4 months an incredible surge for Trevor Lawrence. Every night I give you the text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. No one is more interactive on the text line than myself and JJ. We go back and forth with you night after night after night. We love it, okay? Not only do I look at the text or read the texts, I listen to what you say. And you were down on him last year. Those 3 reasons certainly among while you were down on him. And I heard it. He's not generational. It's the media's fault. You told us he was. He's never going to be the guy to lead this team to a Super Bowl, etc., etc. But this is a one-horse town, and you become bored, right? You don't have a basketball or a hockey or a baseball team. I know there's minor league athletics here, but I'm talking about the majors, right? So you deal with the long January and then February and then, free agency, March, then April, the draft. Now, May 21st. And you're like, all right, some off-season work. You got the rest of May, you got all of June, and then you got the first 3 weeks of July, and then you have 3 preseason games, and the season doesn't begin until you take that trip in September to take on the Dolphins on September 8th. Your opinion begins to change. It's more of a want. There's no proof of a change. It's a want, right? There's needs and there's wants. You need air. You need water. I want food, man. Blue Crab Crab House, tomorrow night, $1. Oysters, right off of San Jose, Jewington Creek. Been open since 1996. Right, best seafood restaurant you'll find anywhere. Right now, I could go for about 25 of those. That's a want. That's not a need. You want Trevor Lawrence to be the franchise quarterback. But look at how your opinion has changed since the season ended. It's really pretty scary because he hasn't done one thing to show you that he is a different quarterback outside of the fact, and we got an opportunity to see him yesterday work, it appears that, neither one of those 5 injuries that really hampered him a season ago has affected him. Okay. The blame game. It's not Trevor's fault, right? Okay. The offensive line was horrible. It's the worst interior offensive line in the National Football League. Luke Fortner, weak. They replaced him with Mitch Morse. You call back Brandon Sheriff, the tough veteran. He's a gutty guy. He's never been a power guy. He's been more of a savvy guy, more of a quick guy. You brought him back. Enormous cap figure. Changed his contract around a little bit. You walked back Ezra Cleveland. Still don't see it. Still don't understand it. I know he worked with Phil Rauscher a couple of years ago when Rauscher was in Minnesota and Cleveland was in Minnesota. Still, have they done enough with this offensive line? I wouldn't have brought back Cam Robinson. You got people now telling me that Cam Robinson is it. $22 million a year for Cam Robinson? $3 million a year for Walker Little? You're trying to tell me there's a $19 million difference between Cam Robinson and Walker Little? Really? Is that what you're going to try to sell me? Because that's what this football team has done. Trent Baalke walked back the offensive line. He thinks the offensive line is fine. The Jaguars had no rushing attack a year ago. They had the second worst ground average in the NFL, 3.6 yards a carry. That is terrible. All right? Travis Etienne, in my eye test, says Etienne had a better year in 2023 than he did in 2022. Am I wrong? Better year, right? Well, his average per went from 5.1 to 3.8. Think about that. That's nearly a yard and a half a carry. His touchdowns went up 5 to 11. Remember, you got to go out, you got to get Tank. You got to get someone else because Travis Etienne's not a red zone back. He's not a guy that can score touchdowns for you. Well, obviously you heard that because he increased it from 5 to 11. Also increased his receptions, which we did foresee. Told you to play that during the offseason when we gave you some props that you might want to play. Right on that one. He went from 45 to 73. And, yesterday, this is what's so great about you. This is why I love you. This is why I absolutely adore Jaguar fans. Here I am pimping Tank, okay? I'm propping up Tank Bigsby. I got him as a sophomore, okay? I got him bouncing back. I got him playing great football, and I didn't get one kind response, whether it was on Twitter, X, the text line. It was like, no, not going to happen. You know what Tank gave you last year? 2.6 yards a carry. Their third back, Dearness Johnson, 2.6 yards a carry. Let me ask the same question I asked about the offensive line. You ready to pay Trevor? Did Trent Baalke do enough with this offensive line? Most of you don't want Tank Bigsby to even be a part of this. So the O-line, the backs, complications with play calling, we still don't know. Is it Peterson? Is it Press Taylor? I have a feeling they know. I have a feeling that they've kept it in-house. Why come out with it now? There's no reason for it. You got a few months until opening day. But it's still rather bizarre. It's the only NFL team out of 32 that we do not know who is actually going to call plays this year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's fascinating to me. Well, let's get to this yesterday. I thought this was very important. All right. Once again, it was three things. Here's the top three bullets, if you will, okay, that I got from Doug Peterson's presser on Monday with the beginning of OTAs. Number one, health. And there's no argument there. You Jaguar fans understand how incredibly healthy they were in 2022 and how the bottom fell out in 2023. They were a beaten-up football team, offensively and defensively. Number two, he talked about how the organization is working tirelessly on getting this contract extension done for Trevor Lawrence. And listen to the way that Doug Peterson said it, he's spot on. Get it done, get him paid. Therefore, all he has to do is concentrate on football. For what it's worth, that's the only other side of this argument that I do support. I think it weighs on quarterbacks. I think it's on their shoulders. They're going to be asked about it. The local media eventually will let it go, but whenever the national scribes come into town, they're going to ask that question. I also think it's something that he's asked no matter where he is, here or anywhere else. It's typically the number one thing. When's the deal going to get done? So he commented on that. The third thing that I got from Doug Peterson yesterday was when Doug Peterson was asked, what do you expect Trevor Lawrence to get better at?
Well, this time of year, obviously the leadership, veteran guys that, they're going to look up to him. How well he, incorporates some of the young players that we do have, that we're working with and developing, and obviously, Brian being one of them now, and, working with Mitch, working with Luke, all these guys getting time with Gabe and, just getting comfortable there. But I think the leadership part of leading this football team, right, and really, embracing that, I think this time of year, and that carries over to camp.
That was Doug Peterson yesterday. I've always wondered about Trevor Lawrence in leadership. If you remember years ago, my yearly pilgrimage to Charlotte for the Atlantic Coast Conference kickoff football meetings, I asked Dabo about this. I asked him about it in consecutive years, whether or not he had the fire in the belly, whether or not he had it in him to go to one of his receivers, to go to one of his offensive linemen, and get in their face if something is not happening. He's a leader, right? He's the quarterback. He's supposed to be the leader. He's been voted as a captain for 3 consecutive years. Now, I don't know if that's because he's just the quarterback and that happens. I got to believe that 28, 29, 30 of the starting 32 quarterbacks in the NFL are captains.
Yeah, I think it's every quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's expected that position where you should, in fact, be a quarterback. I also asked Tony Elliott about that, right? Former Clemson offensive coordinator. When I asked Elliott that, he was the head coach at Virginia. For the record, I think it's grown in 3 years. I think he's more of a leader now than he was when he began. Okay, and obviously when he began, it was a mess. He had the whole Urban Meyer situation and everything else. But still, is he the ultimate leader of this franchise? I think it's a very fair question. Here's the way that I want to leave this and then get you involved. At 641-1010 on our text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. This is year 30 of this franchise. All right, all of this new crap is over. You're getting a brand new stadium. You already have the Miller Electric Center. You have the best practice facility in the National Football League. The result, Jacksonville doesn't go on the road this year. Tampa's coming here in week 3 of the preseason, and they will practice right here in Jacksonville. Is Trevor Lawrence the guy that's going to take this football team to the Super Bowl? Is Trevor Lawrence going to win the Super Bowl? Last year at this time, they were overwhelming favorites to win the AFC South. Right now, Houston, you got to give up $115 to win 100. You got to give up $120 to win 100. Jacksonville's plus 300 to win the AFC South. You can make some pretty good money right now. You drop $100 on Jacksonville to win the AFC South, you're bringing back 300 plus the 100 you laid down. The latest percentage of them making the playoffs, plus 115, is yes. You're bringing back money if you say yes. For you to say no, you have to give away money. $145 to bring back only 100. The experts, the handicappers, they are convinced this is not a playoff team right here today. 41.8% chance is what the Jaguars are today on May 21st as far as whether or not they believe they are going to make the playoffs. I'm talking about the playoffs here. I'm talking about wild card weekend. I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. Okay? There's only 4 quarterbacks who've won Super Bowls. Mahomes, Rodgers. This is it. I mean, is anyone going to bet on Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets to win the Super Bowl this year? Are you kidding me? Not going to happen. Russell Wilson, he's done. For those of you who forget, he's in Pittsburgh. Should have 2, has 1. Matt Stafford involved in another contract dispute. And don't Joe Flacco me in Indy, all right? He's a backup. He's not going to be the starting quarterback. You have 4 starting quarterbacks who have won a Super Bowl. And then you start to look at Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert and C.J. Stroud and Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr, and you go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Folks, look at the history of this league. The great quarterbacks, they win Super Bowls. This isn't like baseball where you find a Ted Williams or a Barry Bonds or a Ken Griffey Jr. You know, it's not the NBA where you can bring up Barkley or Patrick Ewing or Malone and Stockton. Outside of Marino, Tarkington was really good, and you went to a bunch of Jim Kelly. He was never the man. He was always, the fourth or fifth or sixth at best quarterback. He didn't win it. I thought Dan Fouts, and Air Coryell was really good. Warren Moon. Okay, Warren Moon spent part of his career in the Canadian Football League. But really, think of the greatest quarterbacks who have ever played. This is where we are supposed to put Trevor Lawrence. He's a generational guy. Ask yourself that question right now. If I threw $10,000 on the table and said over the lifetime of his career in Jacksonville, is Trevor Lawrence going to win a Super Bowl for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Yes or no? What are you going to do? Last year at this time, I was leaning to a yes. This year? Hell no. He was underwhelming last year. He disappointed last year. And I gave you the reasons why. It doesn't mean I don't like him. It doesn't mean I don't want to see him flourish. It doesn't mean I don't want to see him win a Super Bowl. I do. What's the freaking hurry? Let him play year 4 as is, and then address it after the season. That is my opinion. You can offer up yours. 641-1010 on the text line. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. All right, opening comments tonight and every night brought to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. Had lunch today with the good folks at Shmunez and technology and cataract surgery. Don't be dazzled into paying for laser-assisted cataract surgery and overpaying for it, okay? Excellence isn't always obtained without a costly and unnecessary charge, okay? Bigger's better, right? You spend more money, it's better, right? Well, sure, for tickets. Sure, for maybe a restaurant. But with your eyes? Absolutely. No, that is not the case. Don't confuse expensive new technology with improved outcomes or safety. There's a massive difference. You need to check out the very latest with one of the doctors at Shmunez Vision on how to save money during your next visit. As a matter of fact, my next visit is Friday. And Dr. Neil Shmunez, 8.5 years ago, looked at my right eye and said, you need surgery tomorrow. He did it. He performed it. 8.5 years later, I've never had a setback. So regardless of what it may be as far as your eyes, only one stop here in Jacksonville. That is Shmunez Vision. Check them out online. Shmunez Vision, care you can see. Also check them out on Instagram. You can get a lot of testimonials there from a lot of the folks who have been using Shmunez for quite some time. Got some really cool things to say. All right, when we do return, let's get you involved with the program. Let's do it. I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm saying. I just don't get the hurry here. Why not play this thing out? Let's get your thoughts on the other side. 641-1010, always the best way to get on in. That is the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
1010XL takes you behind the microphone.
But I'm not going down for this. You're on your own. I'm out of here. Don't forget the ride.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
You want my vote for the Psycho Hall of Fame? You got it.
They are The Drill. Mornings on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with the best prices and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing, and free oil changes with every purchase. You better beat the surge and head to Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for the best car buying experience.
Hacker here with an update. I'm now down 65 pounds in less than 3 months with Awaken 180. It's been incredible. You've seen it on social media. If not, take a look. I'm the guy with 65 less pounds around his midsection. Since I started, I had to get lower dose medication for both blood pressure and cholesterol. That meant a trip to the pharmacy. When I walked in, the pharmacist did a double take, the same way my doctor did. Didn't even recognize me. It's a pretty cool feeling, knowing I'm transforming into the new me. If I can do Awaken 180 and succeed, trust me, so can you. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying your favorite foods. With Awaken 180, you get to lose weight without giving up what you love. Are you ready to make the call to Awaken 180? Call right now, 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. Or do what I did and check them out at awaken180weightloss.com. Start changing your life today with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Is your old AC trying to keep up with the Florida heat?
At JTM Comfort Services, they understand the importance of a reliable AC system. That's why they offer financing on qualified repairs and replacements. Don't suffer through another scorching summer. Upgrade now to a new, energy-efficient system. Visit jtmcooling.com to learn more and schedule your consultation. Veteran and family owned.
Your comfort is our name. Call my dad to keep you in the game.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting!
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their positions. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
Catch the Jacksonville Jaguars every day.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
With Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony talking teal every weekday from 10 to noon.
Jaguars Today
on 1010XL.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 50% bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items and receive a 3rd free. And save big on shoes, bags, carts, and travel covers. The more you buy, the more you save. Shop with us this Memorial Day weekend, in-store or online. Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
6:30 on your home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gators up early 2-0. Actually, check that. Vanderbilt up early 2-0 against Florida. Florida State a winner earlier today against Georgia Tech. I want to say the final in that one was Florida State 12 to make that 12-9 over Georgia Tech. The return of JJ LaSelva, after a couple of days off, your brother said, I do. Did the bride say I do?
She did. They are currently going across the Atlantic Ocean on their way to Milan.
Okay.
Italy.
What was the temperature like in
It was
Connecticut?
like 60s, so it was overcast like the entire time. I don't think I saw the sun very much, but the rain held off. I just don't imagine how people live there. I'm like, back home it's in the 80s. I'm gonna be at the beach. It's amazing, and it's like rainy, cold, people in jackets. But the trip was phenomenal. I was around so much wealth, dude. I mean, I did not belong there. Just Google the Wadsworth Mansion and look at a wedding from that place. That's exactly what we were at. It was phenomenal. The official for the wedding was Joe Tessitore.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like good friends with my brother's wife and her family. So he did his first wedding. He was a cool-ass dude, man. Like, you don't expect with these guys, are they going to be sort of fake? Are they gonna? He seemed like a genuinely cool-ass guy, and I was happy to.
Always been a big fan of Tessitore until, of course, the game against Louisville. When he
yeah, I know.
It's 3rd down and 6 here for Florida State. By the way, Bama a winner today. What are they going to do? Texas. Yeah, but anyway, good time for you. Yeah, Connecticut, I want to say it's the richest state in the country.
I wasn't shocked by that. But the houses there are beautiful.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And it's a lot more rural than I'd expect. Like, and big, I don't know if you call them mountains or hills or whatever it was, but
both.
Yeah, very pretty place to live.
Well, it's good to have you back. So
It's good to be back, though. Absolutely.
JJ LaSelva joining the program.
Although
here.
I missed any Scotty Scheffler talk, which on the plane I was just like, damn it, this would have been a great day at work. Yeah. I mean, what a story.
How about waking up to that?
Oh, dude, I woke up. I was, my flight was so early. I was like boarding a plane, and it pops up on my phone. And the way that it was written by the ESPN headline was, it was early in the morning, but it was like, guy dies in car accident. Scotty Scheffler. I'm like, did Scotty Scheffler accidentally kill somebody? Like,
it was like a New York Post headline.
Yeah, exactly.
Headless man found in topless bar. The New York Post.
And then you see the video of him in his shorts and socks getting into a cop car. I'm like, what the hell is happening? But yeah, crazy weekend.
See, here's the uninformed, and this is what gets me. Here's the 66-89. Ballou. Trevor's going to take $35 to $40 million per year to get the other pieces around him. Wrong. He's going to make $50+ million a year. Okay? That is what he is. Not Tom Brady. He is not Patrick Mahomes. He is not a Super Bowl winning quarterback that is going to take less. What you do not know is there is enormous pressure by the National Football League Players Association to drive the market up. Burrow makes $55 a year. Jared Goff, $53. Herbert, $52.5. Lamar Jackson, $52. Jalen Hurts, $51. Kyler Murray, $46.1. Deshaun Watson, $46. Remember when Watson signed? Remember he was the highest paid at the time, especially with guaranteed money? Look at all the guys who have signed since. What do they all have in common? They get paid more than the guy before them. Outside of Goff, who settled for $2 million less a year than Burrow. Again, Burrow averages 55, Goff averages 53. Trevor Lawrence is going to be right there. He's not going to take a hometown discount. You want him. Again, wants and needs. You want him to take a hometown discount. That's not going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen.
Especially not on his first contract extension. Like, hey, guys, I just want to let everyone know they offered me more, but I'm taking less.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with that, quarterbacks behind me who haven't been paid yet.
1862, Ballou, back-to-back 9-8 seasons after back-to-back worst records in the NFL. Trevor changed this franchise. Pay him. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. Okay, and year one was a disaster, and it wasn't his fault. You know what? That's a great argument. But is 9-8 good enough for you? Is winning one playoff game, losing another, is that good enough for you? I mean, again, we're talking, this isn't 96 in year two. This isn't 99 when you made your second consecutive AFC championship game while this franchise was still in its infancy. We're now 30 years in. Isn't it time for a Super Bowl? You don't want to be labeled like Buffalo or Cleveland or Detroit. Okay, I mean, I left. I knew what it was like to be in Boston and go 86 years without winning a World Series. Do you have any idea how many people died? Okay, never seeing a World Series. Is this franchise... When you spend this money, anything short of a Super Bowl is a disappointment, in my mind. That's the other side of this, okay? That's the side that people don't want to touch. What if it doesn't work? What if it fell apart this year and you didn't sign him? Okay, you can hang on to him for a fifth year. Do you want to make excuses for him? Do you want to bring up everything that we have identified? It's not like we have looked at the complete picture. It's not like I have absolutely brought up problems with the offensive line, the rushing attack, and the play calling. I mean, there's plenty of excuses. But again, did they do enough with this offensive line? Did they do enough with this rushing attack? This organization last year invented new ways of miscommunication, okay? Including making too much noise while you're on defense. It's laughable. And again, here we are on May 21st. We don't know who's going to call plays. That's just, it's nuts. It is. It's nuts. There's no other way to say it. Okay, I think they know. I think they know. I think Trevor knows. He's the only one that you need to know. There's only Doug Peterson goes to bed every night thinking, is it going to be me? Is it going to be Press Taylor? Let me conversate. I think they're hiding it from us, and they have all the right in the world to hide it to us. Just because we ask doesn't mean that we need to be told. But you're talking about a franchise that had such poor communication last year. And we've talked about changing the entire defense around. There's been talk about, the style of zone blocking to man-to-man blocking and what is going to work. Okay? Instead of being little boys, man up on third one. Pick up the freaking first down. No, we're going to run a reverse here with our we're going to give it to Evan. Pick up a freaking first down. Be a man. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. Pick up the first down in the ditch. Did they do enough with this offensive line? Ask yourself this. For some reason, you guys are all on Cam now. Oh, Cam, you can't trust Cam Robinson. I'll bet anyone right now. I'm betting 10.5 years. I'll bet anyone. There's no way he plays 17 games. There's not a chance in the world that he plays 17 games. Brandon Sheriff, hurt all the time. He guts it out, but his performance isn't what it's supposed to be. Hey, Pro Football Focus says they're terrible. I know. What do they know at Pro Football Focus? They never played the game. They take them from Yale and Harvard. They take them from Cornell and Brown. They take them from Penn and Florida State. And they say, hey, give us the analytics. Analytics on Jacksonville's offensive line is awful. 31st in the league. Terrible. 3.6 yards a carry. That's embarrassing. They walked out last year in training camp at the Miller Electric Center with we're 31st in the NFL. Way to respond, gentlemen. I mean, so the excuses are there. I just don't understand the hurry. 21-29, ETN's yards over expected, AKOL didn't block, was like 5 in 2022. Led the league. You're right on with that. He broke the most tackles of any back in the NFL. 2 years in a row, he's one of only 2 backs in the NFL to have more than 1,400 yards from the line of scrimmage. But what did Doug Peterson say yesterday? They didn't want to lessen the load. Again, when I say something positive, like I think it's going to work for Tank, I'm in. You know, I feel like I'm the only member of the media in town that's saying don't pay Trevor today. I also feel like I'm the only member of the media in town that's saying it's going to work this year for Tank. Of course, when I say something positive, it gets very little mileage. But again, as I always say, ask yourself, where's your confidence level in Tank Bigsby? Did they do enough at running back? If you know what happens, or you know what could happen, where's your confidence level? Dearness Johnson, Keelan Robinson. And Keelan Robinson may be the shortest player in the NFL. Could help out in the return game. This team has to be a better running football team. They're better pass blockers than they are run blockers. And that interior offensive line was just terrible last year. I hope Mitch Morse makes a difference. I mean, high-priced free agents around here on the offensive line who've done squat. Go to Zane Beatles and Norvell and, and Brandon Sheriff. And they've tried. All right. Let's get back to you on this. Getting a ton that is rolling in. 641-1010. So I love the offseason. We can have a nice candid conversation. This is like a red tablecloth glass of wine conversation. And I'm looking at just the plethora of texts that I'm getting. And I admire the listeners because you got it. You know that I don't want or hope for anything negative to happen here with Trevor. That is not my approach. Okay? I just don't understand paying him right now. And the only way that I would understand that they did sign him now is if it's bothering him. If it's going to affect his play. Okay? Tua missed OTAs, right? Tua, he's 2 years ahead of Trevor, right? 1 year. This is his 5th year option in Miami. He's missed OTAs. He wants a contract extension. Can you imagine what this city would be like if Trevor was a no-show yesterday? If Trevor said, pay me or I'm not showing up. He's a good human being. He's a smart guy. So there's an enormous difference here. And by the way, it has nothing to do about Trevor Lawrence himself. It has to do with you. It has to do with you, the plumber. You, the roofer. Right? You, the gopher in the office. It's you, the fan. Now, these players and coaches all come and go. I want this for the fans. I've always felt that way. It doesn't make sense to me to get this deal done today. Play it out. You have a free year to play it out. If he lights it up, man, I would love that. I would love for this team to go 12-5, go deep into the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence throws for 35 touchdowns, only has 7 picks, throws for plus 4,000 yards. The rushing attack is much improved because the Jaguars have leads and they can run the ball. Well, they had leads last year. They were 8-3 at one point. And all this comes together, and you can say, see, Ballou, you don't know what you're talking about. You should be you should be digging ditches, right? You're wrong. In this situation, I would love to be wrong. I would. There's no ill here. There's no, I want it to happen negative. No. I just don't understand the timing. If his camp was saying, you got to pay him, they're not. His camp is saying the right things. Trevor's saying the right things. I don't believe the business side is involved in the contract here. It makes sense with a new stadium coming, a vote coming. It makes sense to be able to walk out your franchise quarterback. I get it. It sounds a heck of a lot better than, all right, he's not signed and there's rumors that he's unhappy. Yes. So maybe that's an unwritten part of this that I'm unaware of. I'd be very, very, very surprised if that was the case, unless it came directly from Shad Khan to Trent Baalke. Directly. And I have no idea if that happened. Shad will pay it. Shad will sign it in a heartbeat. Shad Khan has never said no to a football-related matter financially. You got an owner who's liquid. I know your haste right now is in the money, okay, but you understand the politics on that, 55 to 45. You understand in a small market, you got to present to these other 31 owners that the city paid most of it. It's a presentation. In a small market, you can't have the owner paying more than the taxpayers. Those greedy owners, the 31, my understanding is that Shad Khan's got a real good relationship with owners, but all it takes is for a couple of those knuckleheads to say, let's put a second franchise in Chicago. Let's go to St. Louis. Let's go to a bigger market somewhere. Forget about Jacksonville. They haven't done anything. You have to present it this way. 55-45. I'm not providing lip service here for Shad Khan. I'm just spitting out the facts. Let's continue with you on it. My goodness, what a busy Tuesday. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it tonight. Feels like a game one of the Eastern Conference Finals. And the National Basketball Association, the Boston Celtics tonight, favored by 9.5 points against the Indiana Pacers. No hockey tonight after Edmonton got it done against Vancouver. Down to the Final Four as well in the National Hockey League. We'll have game one coming up tomorrow night. I believe it is Florida and New York will be the first to actually drop the puck. Let me see here. That's going to be at 8 o'clock on Wednesday night in New York City at the Madison Square Garden. The Panthers and the Rangers. Game one will drop on Wednesday night.
Hello, you're on the air. There's more to 1010XL than radio. 1010XL is multimedia. All communication lines are clear. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Find 1010XL on your social channels.
At Honda, we appreciate all the comparisons to other vehicles. And no matter how many times they compare their vehicles to a Honda, only a Honda is a Honda. Remember, value, quality, safety, there is no substitute. Visit your local Honda dealer now and experience the difference.
At Duck Duck Air Conditioning, we understand the importance of having a properly functioning air conditioning system, especially in hot and humid climates like Florida. That's why we offer a wide range of services including installation, repair, maintenance, and replacement of all types of air conditioning systems. The Duck Duck Air Conditioning team is available 24/7, so you can count on us to be there when you need us the most. Contact us today to schedule your service and experience the Duck Duck difference. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in America. And now through June 30th, get 0% APR for 72 months, or up to $2,300 off L2502 tractors. See details at KubotaOrangeDays.com. Get food prizes and Kubota Orange Days demos Wednesday 8 to 4 at Coastal Equipment, New Kings Road.
Coastal Equipment. Hey business owners, Mia here for Window Gang. Picture this: pristine storefronts, gleaming office buildings, spotless exteriors. How? With Window Gang's superior pressure washing, window cleaning, and more. Whether you're a storefront, apartment complex, condo, or office building, Window Gang will transform the look of your business. Plus, they're fully insured and bonded. Call 262-7300 to schedule your free estimate. That's 262-7300.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res, because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, towel and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
American Electrical is looking for bright minds and hard workers to help light up North Florida. This community continues to grow, and now you can grow your career with a company that will make sure you succeed through commitment. American Electrical even has its own academy dedicated to training select students the electrical trade, and the best news, it's free of charge. Log on to american-electrical.com to find out more. They're leading the way in electrical contractors on the First Coast. american-electrical.com.
I'm sure many of you guys feel like you wish you could be as fit as you were in your 20s. The dad bod is really tough to shed. I'm Dr. Lance Snyder, and I did something about it through Dr. Rappaport at the Jax Aesthetic Center. I'm active, I played college sports, and I still work out a few times a week. Nothing worked. As a doctor and a dad, I want to be around as long as possible and feel good about my body. Dr. Rappaport put together a personalized treatment plan that worked. It was easy for me to make appointments, get to those appointments, and get back to work in time. I also recommend the Emsella chair for any urinary issues or ED. Dr. Rappaport has some state-of-the-art treatment options for men. And the M-Sculpt Neo is an abs blast. 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. Give yourself your own gift this Father's Day at the Jax Aesthetic Center. Build muscle and lose fat. Call or text today, 904-808-2455. That's 904-808-2455. You won't be sorry.
Ballou here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Golf takes center stage at Hidden Hills Golf Club, but we have a little bit of something for everyone. So whether you want to practice, play, or just relax with friends in the Hills Grill, Hidden Hills is the place for you. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimbar, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The GF out of town for a week. Back home in Texas, getting all of these requests to go out and play. We'll see. I need my beauty sleep. What's good on a Tuesday night? Isn't this a divorcee night? Out on the hunt? Little advice to all you ladies. I think that fourth and or fifth marriage will work. So, good luck to you. Hey, you hear the latest now I was talking about it. Did I mention it on air? The Amanda Ballianis, Rory McIlroy.
Oh.
It's getting juicy. I'm watching post or in-game, in-match coverage at CBS on, over the weekend. All of a sudden, it's like the Renner name is gone, and it's back to Ballianis.
Oh, my gosh. I thought she just got that name.
She did. And, it's the first time ever I actually looked to the hand, and I noticed no ring.
Yeah, girls always do that. Like, girls will notice immediately. That's like the last thing I always think to do.
I've never done it once in my life. Okay? But apparently they're separated, and, I was told that she's traveling 41 weeks a year. It's, despite, very comfortable pay, it's got to be brutal on the road. And then I read somewhere today, don't know if it's true or not, this entire situation is rumor-filled. We know Rory last week filed for divorce, but apparently his wife had a situationship with a jiu-jitsu instructor.
Wait, wasn't that the same
Giselle? Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe. Okay.
Oh, I'm going to go with the Daily Mail, and I'm just going to stick to the UK tabloids for this. They're the best at those. Rory and CBS Sports journalist Amanda Ballianis spark romance rumors in wake of his divorce with flirty TV interviews. I didn't notice. I mean, I was at a wedding. I really didn't get to see any of the interviews. I barely saw any of the tournament on Sunday, but wow. What if we find out that she's the reason for the split?
I think golf needs this. They need a little bit. I mean,
we got an arrest now.
Yeah, the number one ranked golfer in the world arrested. You've got a total mess with the PGA Tour as far as attendance, ratings. Now you've had the number 2 ranked player in the world file for divorce, and there's rumors that he's with the host and reporter at CBS.
Yes. All right, so do you want to hear the interview that people are referencing?
Yes, I do.
Jim, thank you. Rory, you came to the 8th tee down 2 to Xander. What gear did you...
So this is Wells, this is after he won a couple weeks back, May 12th.
You find to assert your dominance once again over Quail Hollow?
Lots of smiles.
I'm not
between
sure.
Each other.
That was a big moment on 7. I 3-putted, Xander made an eagle. And then, Xander was inside me on 8. I knew I really needed to hold that putt just to try to stay or keep up with him. And then, he missed his. I birdied 9. And then I just went on a run that, for whatever reason, I'm able to go on at this golf course. But, Quail Hollow, Charlotte in general has been really good to me over my career. And, this is just another great day to, to sort of add to all the rest of them.
I'm not sure a single fan has left here. They were chanting your name coming up 18.
I mean, I don't know how you could tell.
The way he said he hold that putt. Are you kidding me? So, and golf hates this.
Oh, dude, they're so stuck up.
Golf wants to send the message. There's nothing the PGA Tour loves more than the 18th green. You make a putt. You got the beautiful wife waiting, maybe with kids, maybe too young to actually have kids, but they want to present the PGA Tour as the happy American wealthy family with more success. In any type of Tiger Woods getting beaten up by a golf club, Tiger Woods wasted on painkillers, driving off a cliff, they
hate that stuff.
Oh my God, they'll do whatever they can to bury this.
That's why I was so shocked when they, obviously it's like a rogue cop, but I fully expected that charges to be dropped by now and, things to be handled in-house with the Scotty Scheffler thing. But I just saw a video, and it doesn't look like that. I saw a video from the courtroom, and, man, the prosecution's very adamant about this stuff. So, I'm loving the drama with golf right now. I cannot wait to find out. We're going to have, like, a podcast where Rory's ex comes out yes, I found him and Amanda Balionis texting back and forth, or even worse, I can't wait for that. Or when his ex gets with Bryn Renner.
Yeah,
the old swap.
So this story out about her being with a jiu-jitsu instructor.
I love that. So let's say they do get together. Like Amanda Balionis becomes Amanda Balionis McElroy.
There you go.
Will they still let them, will CBS let her work there?
Well, first things first to Rory. The guy won 3 weeks ago and he won last week, and he had a nice tournament at Valhalla. Don't get married. You're playing better golf now that you're not married or at least separated. What's the hurry at this particular point? And he hadn't won a major since he got married.
Rory's the type of guy. 7 years. I have a friend like Rory who is a serial relationship guy. He will just go from relationship to relationship. Never just like a hookup. Never I'm talking to a girl for a couple weeks and then you don't hear about her ever again. No, it's always going from one long-term girlfriend to a wife, divorce to another wife. There's people like that.
Falls
Might be
in love.
Rory, yes.
Yeah, and he's always getting his heart broken. 9247 says Rick Stud's Pub might still be open. Isn't that like a new name? Isn't it like Pinkies or Porkies or Porkies? The boys from Angel Beach are here. Go back and see the movie Porkies. Totally underrated comedy back in the 80s. You ever seen Porkies?
Oh, of course. Some of my first nudity was in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Bull Tavern now.
Oh. I don't know how I got.
Or actually, it says permanently closed. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't get out in that part of town all that much. In my opinion, Porky's is probably the third best comedy of that era. Caddyshack, Animal House, Porky's. That would be my top three. Fletch was real good. We're talking 80s here, late 70s into the 80s. All right, let's get ready for our second hour. Much more coming up from you. 641-1010, best way to get on in. ESPN Top 25 has been announced. We can maybe spend a couple of minutes on that. For the record, I hate the Jaden Rashada story. I hate everything about it. I'll tell you why. Coming up in our second hour. And not good news for Austin Maddox. My goodness. Horrifying. We'll talk about that and more on the Jaguars in our second hour.
Some people think he's Italian. Maybe he is.
I take everything.
Fat Tony on Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey. Weekdays from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
QC Kinetics provided amazing pain relief for a former professional baseball player, and you have access to the same life-changing treatments as retired pitcher Jose Alvarez.
I put a lot of stress and strain and work on my right arm, but my right elbow took most of the damage with 3 surgeries.
Arthritis developed, and the pain was unbearable.
It wasn't just pain when I was trying to play sports. It was anytime I was moving the right elbow. It was pretty excruciating at times.
That's when Jose discovered QC Kinetics and their regenerative treatments that help the body heal itself, restoring damaged tissue and providing relief with no surgery or downtime. Jose's message to the medical professionals at QC Kinetics:
my elbow is feeling outstanding. Where were you 10 years ago, for crying out loud?
QC Kinetics is right here. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. From now until May 28th, we're holding our big diamond sale, and now's the best time to buy a quality diamond of a carat or more. Here are a few reasons. First, there's severe upward pressure on rough diamonds, with 4 price increases already this year. Most of this has yet to hit the polished market, so they're diamonds for sale at the old prices. Next, our diamond cutters asked us to house their inventories of existing big diamonds so we could sell them here prior to them being offered to the jewelry trade in Las Vegas. This allows us the ability to sell from their vast stock at brokerage prices you have to see to believe. All of these diamonds are graded for cut, color, and clarity with independent laboratory grading reports. Now, along with this vast collection of big diamonds, we put all of our own meticulously selected loose diamonds and engagement-style rings on sale at prices from 3% to 25% off. We also take trade-ins, but remember, this sale ends May 28th at Underwood San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
There's a name you can trust when it comes to servicing your AC system. Bold City Heating and Air, a family-owned Jacksonville company focused only on the local community. And since the extreme summer temperatures are almost here, schedule your summer maintenance today with Bold City Heating and Air. Don't be fooled by the out-of-towners, equity firms, and national corporations that use local names. Trust the AC company born in the Bold City. That's boldcityac.com.
2-for-1 taco dogs on Tuesday nights, only at Bay Street Sports Grill downtown. Watch tonight's game with signature cocktails and get 2-for-1 taco dogs at the newly renovated Bay Street Sports Bar and Grill, downtown Jacksonville.
Mark Watson for Hardball Creative. Free promo tip. Put your logo on golf balls and give them to clients who are bad golfers. More hacks equals more exposure. Trust me, it's science. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Beer, water, beer. That's a pretty good game plan when it comes to battling the summer heat. When you hit the beach, fishing hole, or golf course, make sure you hydrate. Anheuser-Busch is always up for a good time. Just remember to drink responsibly.
Get grilling this Memorial Day weekend with Southern Steer. Buy a combo pack and snag 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of sausage for free. Specials listed online run this week from Wednesday to Monday.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
This is Joe C. from XL Primetime and stoked to crank up the 9 after 5 once again at the Golf Club of Southampton. Every Wednesday, a little after 5, the gang at Southampton will be hosting us with a new game, and I'm inviting you to be a part of it. Now, through the summer stretch, break up the week with a little hump day fun every Wednesday. Call 287-PLAY to get on the tee sheet. There'll be food afterwards and prizes, including playing for a membership at the Golf Club of Southampton. Call 287-PLAY and hit the tee with Joe C.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Boy, Miss Bellbricker, you put a lot of weight behind that one.
Coach Goodenough, would you kindly keep your balls off my tumbling mat?
Beg your pardon?
The basketballs, would you kindly keep them in your own court? I have little enough room for my girls as it is.
Oh, I'll take care of that, Miss Bellbricker.
Thank you.
Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Ah, the legendary Porky's 1981. They just don't make them like that anymore. I love when they head into the club or the brothel and they try to fish out Mr. Porky himself with the Porky, the boys from Angel Beach are here. I think it's just legendary. Good stuff. I got a game tonight, right? I got game 1 of the NBA Finals. Maybe I'll, instead of staying up late night and read, maybe I'll stream Porky's later on tonight by myself.
The problem is, everything is available now, but you never know where it is. So it's like, yeah, I want to watch Porky's. Now I have to search 7 of my apps.
I think
You know?
typically, but usually I just Google it and they'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, what's it on?
Yeah.
Right now. That's the issue there. Sometimes when I do that, it's like it'll be on an app and then it'll leave the app, then it'll come back. Maybe I'll invent something.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be here before you know it.
Like a universal remote.
I hate the Jaden Rashada story. You know, I don't even want to get into the particulars. What happened? What didn't happen? Was he forced to sign it? Was he offered $1 million? I don't even care. I just hate that this is a precedent-setting deal now where a guy who never played at that school, never went to that school, is now going to turn around and sue that school, because what it's going to do is open up the floodgates again. And we've dealt with conferences pillaging others and beefing up the Big Ten and the SEC and the transfer portal and everything that has happened with that. Now, all of a sudden, it's going to be, well, this guy's suing this school, this guy's suing that school, this player's suing, and I just don't have the patience for it. So I despise everything about the story. And, we'll see what happens. What I believe that, and I don't know anything more about Rashada than anyone else does based on what he did in high school, but, I saw him get injured. What was it, Arizona State, where he got injured after not getting a deal done at Florida? What I believe, this guy's never going to play in college football, and that includes with Georgia, because there's one school right there that if you're not cutting it, you're going to be put on the bench pretty quickly there by Kirby Smart.
That's probably why he's trying to get this money and trying to sue for what he thinks he was owed, because it might be the end of the road for him making money in football.
I heard the show before mine with Hayes and Franco and back and forth talking about Arch Manning, and with Ewers there, and the expectations for Texas are absolutely enormous. And the Manning family, I'm sure if you combine Peyton and Eli, and I understand that it's the other brother that Arch it's his son, so you're talking about the uncles when you get to Peyton and Eli. But I'm sure that family's worth close to $1 billion, right? He's the last guy that needs cash. But you look at Arch Manning, there's an example right there of a kid who may, if he flames out, is going to end up making way more money in college than he ever would in the NFL. Yet, again, he may end up playing very little football in college. This is year 2 if he doesn't play. He could play 1 year next year and either light it up and be a star, and 3 years out of high school be eligible for the National Football League draft, or be a guy who gets an opportunity, is not any good at all, benefited off of the Manning name, but still makes millions of dollars at Texas and maybe even transfers to another school and never makes it in the NFL. It's a pretty unusual story looking at this with Arch Manning.
I don't know how he'll end up real quick, but I do like the fact that he stuck around at Texas.
Yeah.
Which is very rare. Usually these kids, even as a freshman, I feel like, if they don't think they're starting right away and they have to compete, they're not going to go there, or they're going to transfer out. Arch stuck around, and I respect that.
One other note on golf, because I wanted to spend a second here on Bryson DeChambeau. But there are 2 ways that you become disliked by a fan base. The number one reason is you don't play well. Okay? The second reason is you embarrass yourself off the field, off the court, off the ice, off the golf course, no matter what it is. Those are really, fans are very forgiving. And, I can give you a couple of recent examples. Well, I can give you examples about Trevor, the up and down, but I can certainly look at Tyson Campbell. In his first year here, his first 8 games here, he was considered a bust, this and that, and he couldn't locate the ball, and he absolutely got better as the season went on and had a really good 2022. Last year he was injured. That becomes another question. If he does not perform well this year, are you going to re-sign Tyson Campbell? But that's strictly an on-field performance, right? when, name any player. When Reggie Nelson doesn't play well around here, you're going to get down on him. When Nick Foles doesn't play well around here, you're going to get down on him. When Luke Jokel doesn't play well around here, you're going to get down on him. It's rare to have off-the-field issues, whether you get arrested or you just do stupid things. Bryson DeChambeau, I think right now, is the poster boy in all of sports. And I'm not a big fan of love and hate and love, but it applies here. Bryson DeChambeau, there was no in-between in the Koepka-DeChambeau feud. People didn't like them both. I'll come right out and admit it. I love Koepka because he's a Florida State guy. That's it. There's no other way. I mean, that's it. He's Florida State. I liked him, and I like the fact that he plays the role of an outlaw a little bit. But DeChambeau was incredibly immature, and he upset a lot of people. Look at how he has grown up since he went to the LIV Tour. He became obscure. I'm sure if you rewound these tapes, there were times over the last couple of years I was like, hey, whatever happened to Bryson DeChambeau? You know, the earth is flat because he's fallen off it. You know, he's a mad scientist, and everything he does, some of the stupid things that he said, like he's going to live till he's 130 years of age. And he said, Augusta is a par 67. People are like, what's wrong with this human? Well, he's shut up. He's matured. And with apologies, and congratulations, by the win on Xander Schauffele. With apologies to him, because I thought the crowd in Louisville was outstanding, and they certainly rewarded the winner after making that 6-foot putt on the 18th hole to birdie it and get the 21 under. There's no question that gallery wanted a playoff, and they were rooting for Bryson DeChambeau. It's a great bounce-back story. And if you don't believe here today that the PGA Tour misses Bryson DeChambeau, you are ignorant, because they do. Koepka's the same guy. You can do whatever you want with him. Some of these other guys have kind of, Sergio and Kevin Na and whatever, but not Bryson. And as soon as I come out here, I think it was Friday, I'm like, Dustin Johnson doesn't care about golf anymore. I think he birdied like 4 of his last 5 and then actually did show up over the weekend. But it kind of feels like he's just going through the motions. People are saying that about Jon Rahm. I don't believe that with Jon Rahm. I think he's in a funk.
Right,
okay?
I agree.
Yeah, I think the effort is there. I don't know what his practice habits are. I don't know what they've ever been. I just think he's in a funk, which happens in all sports. Certainly it happens in golf. But to me, and I picked Cameron Smith, who lives here, who won it a few years ago. To me, far and away right now, the number one guy on the LIV Tour is Bryson DeChambeau. This is my opinion on him. So,
by the way, Dean Burmeister finished T12.
Yeah.
Our boy Boston Capper does it again.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah,
So-
he was one of his best bets was for him to finish in the top 20, and he's one of these guys that no one really, he's on LIV, nobody pays attention to him, and I was paying attention.
I haven't checked in on the Boston Capper. I have to imagine he took that Bruins loss, extremely hard. It was extremely hard on him. I was pretty well measured this year, and it's. Someone just asked me a moment ago what happened to the Bruins. Well, where do you want me to start? Okay, you talk about terrible coaching. In the Eastern Conference semifinals, they had 8 too many men on the ice penalties. 8. Can't happen. Couldn't get the puck out of the zone. Didn't shoot the puck. It was just one example after another. And let's not let it get lost. Florida's a better team. Florida's a half step faster. It's going to be a great Eastern Conference Finals against New York. So I could read the writing on the wall. Okay? If all of a sudden the Red Sox just went out of control and started winning a bunch of games and then lost in the playoffs, I'd be like, okay, well, realistically, they don't have the pitching. They don't have the starting pitching. They don't have the middle of the lineup. They don't have the bullpen. They're going to end up losing. Now, the Celtics is a different story. The Celtics are favorites to win the NBA championship. And so anyway, that's just the answer to my thoughts on that.
Who is the favorite to win in the NHL right now?
I haven't looked at the latest odds, but as far as I'm concerned, without any question, Dallas is the best team in the NHL.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've watched all of these games, including Edmonton and Vancouver last night. Edmonton does advance. I think Dallas, boy, I think that Florida-New York series is going to be 7. What is just crazy in the NHL is how the home team struggles to win games. It's, I don't have numbers in front of me, but, game 1 tonight in Boston. They've got the home court. That's all you hear. Jaguars get a wild card playoff game here against Los Angeles or against Buffalo. It means everything. We saw the championship series in the American League last year just totally flip. Where Houston and the Texas Rangers, all 7 games the road team won. In hockey, this is almost common. I don't know what it is about that sport, but being on the road, and again, I don't have the numbers to support it, just looking at it and watching it nightly, it just feels like the road is kind once you're on ice. All right, we got much more to do. 641-1010 if you'd like to get on in. Vanderbilt 5, Florida 0. Right now, we are in the 5th inning.
Oh, that's a shame.
Earlier today, Florida State, a winner 12-9 over Georgia Tech. With you tonight on this Tuesday till 8 o'clock.
Play-by-play sports just sounds better on radio. For high school, college, and pro sports play-by-play, turn on 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Brackish Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is the smoothest local vodka you can find. Made right here in Jacksonville, Florida, 100% from corn, Brackish Vodka is the local gluten-free choice. Brackish Vodka, for those that live life slightly salty. A proud partner of the Jaguars.
Brackish Vodka is now available to enjoy at South Kitchen and Spirits in Nocatee.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery. This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Guys, feeling deflated in the bedroom? ED, low T, no energy? If your stuff is broken, call 904-STROKEN or 904stroken.com. No shots in the first treatment, now free. Fix your ED at 904stroken.com.
It's about the hunt.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Lagerman.
We take you from the water to the woods.
On the Nimnicht Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Let's go to the woods, y'all.
Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
All right, guys, be a true grill master with the Sausage Dudes sausage and upgrade that cookout. The Sausage Dudes are guys from Jacksonville who use their family recipes to make better sausage with the best cuts of pork, carefully sourced spices, and natural casings. And the Sausage Dudes are mission-minded, supporting the Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida. Try all 4 flavors because your cookout deserves better. Now available at all public stores in the frozen meat section. Head to Publix today and get your hands on the Sausage Dude sausage.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being selfless. So often when we do things for others, we can want people to see what we're doing and to acknowledge it. And yes, it's good to know that people appreciate us, but true service doesn't look for recognition. You see, when we go out and do selfless acts, God tells us that we may not get an earthly reward, but we're always going to get a heavenly reward.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Hidden Hills Golf Club invites you to bring your friends out and enjoy our spectacular golf course, which is carved out of some of the highest elevations in North Florida. Hidden Hills Golf Club, unlike any other. Check us out, hiddenhillsgc.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and if that sizzling sound made your mouth water, you're in the right place. So let's talk about something sizzling, making a Bacon 180 with a Waken 180. Imagine dropping pounds while still enjoying that crisp, savory goodness. Well, it's on the menu at Awaken 180, and one of the many reasons I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180 weight loss. I did it all while still enjoying so many of my favorite foods. The difference is, my coach showed me how to enjoy these foods the right way. Chicken, steak, pork, lobster, they're all on the menu. Awaken 180 caters to any diet or taste profile. Vegetarian, vegan, omnivore, flexitarian, I'm not kidding, that's a thing. They're all covered. The bottom line, if you want to lose weight fast and safe and keep it off with lifetime coaching, then make your own Bacon 180 with Awaken 180. Do what I did and Mike Dempsey and Hacker and more than 21,000 others have. Make the change with Awaken 180. Online at awaken180weightloss.com. That's awaken180weightloss.com.
Looking for a new or used firearm? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach will get you locked and loaded. New firearms coming in weekly and always looking for used guns. No lines and no waiting. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you never miss a shot to cash in on a play. You can even live stream and bet on the games right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide, cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays, and new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sportsbook. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today and play with house money using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's promo code 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
We did till 8 o'clock tonight. That'll be the case the rest of the week. Hacker enjoying a vacation. We'll be back on Tuesday. That is the next time we will have media accessibility to watch Jaguars practice. That'll be Tuesday out at the Miller Electric Center. Yeah, learned something yesterday when I interviewed Ronald Darby. He's strictly been an outside guy as far as a corner. I have said many times that I thought he could play inside and had played some inside, whether in Philly or Denver. He said, no. Strictly on the outside. So, it's not like I'm keyed in on Philadelphia every week or Denver every week or Buffalo. Excuse me, Baltimore. He was, played Buffalo earlier in his career. Clearly a cover corner then, but I found that interesting. So, next Tuesday, I have another interview after the work there at the Miller Electric Center. I want to congratulate Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters and everyone who worked hard in the Operation Valiant Nights sting. 27 folks arrested, predators, men soliciting sex over the internet to folks that they believe were children. And there's nothing worse. Nothing. So nice job done there. Unfortunately for a lot of people, you know of Austin Maddox. Played high school here, played at Florida, very good career. Went on to the Boston Red Sox as a pitcher. He was a catcher for the most part, high school and college, or just about all the time. But pitched in Boston, 17 games, got hurt. But there's a video that's everywhere showing him getting ready to enter the home or apartment or whatever it was, and he was arrested. So everyone deserves their day in court, right? That's the way the United States of America and our Constitution is. I don't know how there could be a defense when you have 12 to 15 cops running outside the front door, tackling him on the front lawn. It's just an awful story. This is no other way to say it. It's just terrible. What did I do with that? I had it next. It was a good question. 9183. But yada, yada, yada. Great. If you say great show, I'm probably not going to mention it. If you say you suck, there's a better chance. It's because I like to play that role, Is there a past example of a quarterback with high expectations who became a great player year 4 from the 9183? Absolutely. How about down the road here, a couple hundred miles? How about Baker Mayfield? All right, they gave up on him in Cleveland. Didn't L.A. give up on Jared Goff? Kind of. I mean, wasn't that trade all about Matthew Stafford, who won a Super Bowl? It's kind of like, well, Goff, Elway got better. Aikman got better. I'm sure there's a litany of quarterbacks who have gotten better. I'm trying to think of QBs right now in the NFL where it took a while to get better. I think we saw gradual progress with just about every great quarterback, right? Some had success immediately, Brady, Manning. How about John Elway? Well, John Elway was considered successful early on. Of course, he didn't finally win Super Bowls until he had a great offensive line, had Terrell Davis. It's a very good question, but without having a lot of examples at my fingertips, the answer to that question would be yes. No doubt. Jim Plunkett. And when I grew up in Boston, Jim Plunkett was the quarterback in New England before Steve Grogan. Plunkett went on to, win Super Bowls with the Raiders. There's a guy that absolutely comes to mind. So I'm sure there's a pretty lengthy list. Alex Smith, year 5. Okay. I'll give you that. I think that's a decent one. ETI, more, let's see, 21-29, players play, players who can't play, do that. I'm not sure exactly what that meant. We got much more here now on Studs Pub. I don't think that's any longer in business. Here's someone else who said, actually, he brings up Baker Mayfield. 2772 says, Sean from the South Side, I'm not sure why they didn't try to bring King Henry home. A lot of people wanted him to come home. I think there were other positions that needed to be addressed first for the Jaguars. I mean, again, they sit here with $34.184. I mean, $34.2 million under the salary cap. My understanding is they signed 7 of the top 9 draft picks. Still haven't gotten it done with the top 2 out of LSU. But they have all sorts of money to do things. And even if you give Trevor, the blockbuster deal, which I think you will get before training camp starts, it's not going to really eat up this year's cap space because of the signing bonus. It'll start to really come into play in 2025 and throughout the length of his career. I've gotten a lot on, is Jarvis Landry here? No, they didn't sign Jarvis Landry. Marshawn Lattimore has been a talking point for the last week and change. Dennis Allen yesterday, the head coach of the Saints basically put an end to that. Said that, contract negotiations, he signed for at least 3 more years in New Orleans, but they're going to restructure that contract. This comes from the head coach. Now, again, you can always make the case that maybe that's just a little bit of fodder and a trade could still happen. You have to believe Jacksonville has investigated that, right? Ryan Nielsen was the former co-defensive coordinator in New Orleans before he took over last year as the D coordinator in Atlanta. So he knows everything about Marshawn Lattimore. Boy, it was fun to watch Nielsen yesterday. He's one of these guys that's highly motivated. I don't want to say Joe Cullen, because with Cullen, you heard the raspy voice and rip. And, used to say it was even rip. That was always his expression, kind of like the sailor voice that's gone, and a little bit of a drill sergeant. Joe Cullen, a wonderful defensive ends coach. But, compared to what I've seen recently with Todd Wash and Mike Caldwell, this just feels like it's a really new approach, a totally different approach. And again, I've said this. It's not the first time I've mentioned it. I feel like I'm putting the cart ahead of the horse a little bit too quickly here, because we haven't seen anything with Ryan Nielsen. Again, if you were to go back 2 years ago, I was bragging about Mike Caldwell because I thought everything that he had learned in New York and Arizona, or his stops, I think he was New York, Arizona before being in Tampa, and the way that Tampa ran that defense, that I thought he was going to bring a variety of different looks here in Jacksonville, and he didn't. The only thing that defense did really well in his tenure was takeaways. I think they had 27 both years. I know they went 9-27 in 2021 to 2022. I want to say they had 27 takeaways last year, but it was just, camouflage because Jacksonville themselves turned the ball over too many times. I want to say it was +3 last year, or -3 on the negative side. 3 more turnovers than actual takeaways. I like Deshae Townsend. I thought he should have stayed on the staff. But anyway, it was pretty intriguing to watch this yesterday. I enjoyed that with Ryan Nielsen. So he is familiar with Lattimore, no doubt. They still have an opportunity here to add. Go get Unique. I would have gotten Bud Dupree. I'd add someone on the edge. I absolutely would. You have maybe the best combination, if not one of the, West Coast has got some good ones. There's no doubt. But one of the better combinations in the NFL when you look at Walker and Josh Allen. Josh Allen, as you know, was not there yesterday. He's working out in Arizona. But depth is an issue here. Travis Gibson, we'll see. Yasir Abdullah, a year or two, we'll see. Devin Lloyd's moving to the Sam. Is he going to be a pass rusher in certain situations? We'll see. I think there's room for a body. I do. Don't make the same mistake a second year in a row, Trent. You have the money. You got the cabbage. Use it. Sign a guy for 1 year. Give Unique a 1-year deal. Give him a nice base. Make it incentive-laden. Okay? Don't give him a 2-year with a void or a third. No, make it a 1-year deal. Make him play his ass off to reach the incentives. Let the kids play, right? No, we're going to let the kids play here. Gibson getting ready for what? I think his 4th year. Abdullah getting ready for his 2nd year. Wow, that's risk. That's a risk. This team is deeper than it's been. They're deeper on the offensive line. Again, I don't love the starting 5, but they're pretty deep if you look at the offensive line. All of a sudden, they've added some depth in the secondary. Still don't know if they have a bona fide starter on corner not named Tyson Campbell. I don't know if Darby's the guy. I don't. Jerrion Jones is an inside guy. They had a couple of veterans last week. Are they just guys? I don't know, but it feels like a deeper team. All of a sudden, it feels like there's a little bit of depth inside, especially with Devon Hamilton, who Doug Peterson yesterday was raving about. Don't kid yourself. A healthy Devon Hamilton means a tremendous amount to this football team. And can you get anything out of Mason Smith? I hope so. I hope it's not a replay of what we saw with last year's second-round pick in Brenton Strange. But there's room to add a defensive end. Maybe they're high on Miles Cole. Maybe they're high on Deshaun Dixon or DJ Coleman. If they're playing Sunday, it's Walker, it's Allen, it's Gibson, and it's Abdullah. Those are your four. Maybe Miles Cole. Okay? I mean, no sacks with Abdullah, no sacks with Cole. I know like 3-4 years ago, his best season in Chicago, Gibson had like 7 sacks, maybe 8 in 1 year, but he's done very little since. Hey, that's why they're paid what they're paid. They know what is best for this team. I just don't get it. They're not strapped financially. Why not go get someone? And as I said at the top, don't make the same mistake in consecutive years. I don't want to be sitting here in week 3, week 4. And I won't even mention you know what. Okay? Because this team dealt with it all last year, unlike 2022. Okay? It was every week. It was like, is he going to go? Is he going to go? I'm not going to be responsible for that, James. No. Fix it. Be prepared. You have to be prepared for things like that. And right now, in my opinion, this team is not when it comes to adding a pass rush end. Let's put our final thoughts into this Tuesday night. It's been I feel like we grew tonight as one on into the night. JJ, would you agree? I thought it was a very moving show in the first hour and 45 minutes.
I do.
It's good to have you back.
It was very cathartic. Is that the right word? Cathartic?
Sure.
Cathartic?
No jet lag, right? Stay in the same time zone, but still traveling's
Dude, it sucks. Yeah. I mean, like, every flight is delayed, and
that's why you should fly to London. Nothing happens to you when you're there. It's just perfect. You get off the plane, and everything is just everything is incredible. All right, final thoughts coming up. You can still get on in. 641-1010 text line. That is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Add a little fun to your morning ride.
It's like we got another show to do.
Dan Hicken.
Great.
Jeff Prosser.
Let's get it over with.
The Drill.
We have a few items we want to straighten out first.
Mornings.
I don't think you understand who you're talking to here.
On 1010XL.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation. Light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjax.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Attention real estate agents, loan officers, and mortgage professionals. Trust your real estate closings to the expertise of St. John's Title, LLC. As a board-certified attorney-owned and operated firm with years of experience, St. John's Title provides the utmost of precision and professionalism. With conveniently located offices and in-home remote closing options, our customer-first approach ensures a seamless process tailored to your timeline. Join our team of experts and 5-star testimonials from customers across the First Coast. Choose St. John's Title.
Hey, David here with Royal Pest Services. Men, are you struggling in the bedroom? Do spiders and roaches have you scared? Visit RoyalPestServices.com and let us help you get that man card back. Guaranteed results on our first visit.
Every team has an enforcer.
Whether you like it or not, I'm a hard hitter and I'm a straight shooter.
Tommy Mack is ours.
I say it like I see it.
Fridays on Jaguars Today, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mocama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mocama magic is what it's all about. Mocama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mocama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
What's changed totally inside and out? The Kuhn Flowers massive storefront, and yes, they've totally remodeled the showroom inside too. This is Frank Frangie, and the next time you drive by, stop and smell the roses at Kuhn Flowers.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
Get grilling this Memorial Day weekend with Southern Steer. How about marinated steak tips, 5 pounds or more at just $16.99 a pound? Specials listed online run this week from Wednesday to Monday.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Skilled trade jobs are booming, so begin your high-pay, high-demand career today through the Northeast Florida Builders Association. Their apprenticeship program provides paid training in some of the most highly sought-after skilled trades. Get paid while you train. Full-time in carpentry, electrical, HVAC, or plumbing. Plus, earn a 10% raise every year, and the classes are 100% tuition-free. Start your new career today and apply before June 10th at nefpaapprenticeship.org.
Are your kids ready to play this summer? Come check out the Y. Summer is a time for kids to explore new things and expand the limits of their imagination. At the Y Summer Camp, every day is a new adventure. Kids can learn about STEM, arts and humanities, athletic sports, outdoor games, and more. Registration is now open, but space is limited, and spots are filling up quickly. Learn more and find your adventure at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
Where is the largest cave in the world? The answer coming up.
Southern Oak Insurance knows that you want to save money on your homeowner's insurance. So why not try some old-fashioned common sense? Ask your Southern Oak agent about our roof replacement schedule. It will save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The largest cave in the world is located in Vietnam. It's called San Dun and has its own river and forest.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours. Coverage and analysis of the 2024 off-season workouts on 1010XL is brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter, Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, quick moving program tonight. I was trying to get into some other things, but they'll be there for us. Perhaps tomorrow. The post-spring top 25 came out. Georgia sits atop. No surprise there. The Buckeyes, Texas, and Oregon are your top four. For most of these schools, right? And I to me, one of the biggest factors of all, when you are looking at putting together the top teams in the country. It's who returns a quarterback. And you have Jacksonville's Carson Beck right there at Georgia. Quinn Ewers, obviously, at Texas. Oregon lost their quarterback, as we know. They get Dylan Gabriel, who's still around, man. After all his time at UCF and in Oklahoma, he's going to replace Dylan Gabriel. How about the Fighting Irish at 5? They get Riley Leonard from Duke. And I went to the Florida State-Duke game last year. Duke gave Florida State all they wanted, and Riley Leonard came in with a bum ankle, and then he re-injured it in the game. Mississippi at 6. Nuts. I mean, just crazy. Bama behind Mississippi. Missouri ranked really high at number 8. Utah, Michigan, your defending champs at number 10. Florida State at 11. Some other notables around here. Let's see, the Wolfpack at 13. LSU 14, Tennessee 15. Clemson all the way down to 16. I want to touch upon that too. Really, the lack of in the reasoning of Dabo Swinney not adding transfer players is not good. It makes very little sense. I understand he wants to honor his guys, but we'll see. It all comes down to whether or not Cade Klubnik can play this year. I think that's about it in the top 25. Anyone else worthy of a mention? The Miami Hurricanes, number 24. Very good transfer portal. I'm a little bit surprised.
Just got a guy today, by the way, from Tennessee, a pass rusher.
Okay. A little surprised Louisville's not in the top 25 because they had the best, many say, the best transfer portal class of any in the NCAA. So you would think that, for the most part, and that's not always the case. I mean, I can just say that when I look at Florida State and all these first-rounders, Keon Coleman put up some impressive numbers at Michigan State. But you look at Trey Benson, you look at Jared Verse, you look at Johnny Wilson. They didn't put up anything. Okay, Braden Fisk did. Jaheim Bell did. But, it's not like whenever you bring in these transfer guys, they have been solid starters at other schools. Many are, but others are also unproven at that level. All right, that's going to do it right here on this Tuesday. I don't check the text line out. The show is over. You can always get a hold of me on Twitter or X at Ballou1010XL. Hacker's on vacation. He will be back on Tuesday. For JJ LaSalva, I am Rick Ballou. We'll talk Wednesday night at 6 o'clock on your home of the Jags.